Focus and discipline. Stop delaying your life. Let's start off with that as a topic first. Where's my marker? Let's do it. Good morning to everybody. It's 8 o'clock in the morning right now. I know I'm a little late. I'm about 7 minutes late, but let's get right to it. So, stop delaying your life. Because you heard it before, we only have one of these, right? We only have one life, so you need to stop delaying your life. Why? Because life is going to pass you. I don't know if I spoke on this in like a recent video, man, but if the average man in the United States lives to 75 years old, and if we sleep 8 hours a day, then 8 hours is 1/3 of a 24-hour day. So by the time you're 30, you done already slept 10 years away. And by the time you're 75, you done already slept 25 years of your life away. So let's start moving with a sense of urgency. It takes focus and discipline. Focus and discipline. It takes focus and discipline, right? So a lot of times what happens is we wait for like the right time. We always want to wait for the right time and the right moment. Even me hopping on this camera right now, this takes a lot of guts, man, because for one, this isn't a pre-recorded live whatsoever. And then I didn't do any like extensive planning behind that. Now, is that subjective to say am I a bad YouTuber? Yeah, it's subjective, but hey, what I'm always here for is to give you guys value. And value isn't always about flashy cutscenes, crazy smooth transitions, what they call it, brain rot edits, where I'm try to give you high dopamine edits and everything like that. No, it's the simple things in life that'll really get you further ahead in life. You get what I'm trying to say? So just keep that in mind, man. So I'm on this camera right now. This ain't perfect. I don't probably got the perfect audio. I don't got the perfect setup. I don't have the perfect YouTuber disposition about myself. But no, man, I'm human, and I'm human to give you guys value. So stop waiting for perfection, man. Waiting for perfection is like one of the #1 killers to delay. And we always push things off and tell ourselves, you know what, maybe tomorrow. But what happens when tomorrow never comes? See, we don't never look at it from that perspective. What if tomorrow never comes? Because tomorrow turns into 3 days, and then that 3 days turn into a week, and then that week turn into 3 weeks, then that 3 weeks turn into 3 months. You see? So we can keep putting things off, man, but we already know the best thing for us is the inputs that's going to eventually give us the output. Remember, it's the small things that lead to the big thing. Just want y'all to keep that in mind. Focus and discipline. And today, this live is going to be more so me talking to you guys. How can I say it? More so like a surface level instead of like getting super scientific. I'm probably gonna say that for like my next live, and y'all can catch me at the same time at 8 o'clock EST time next Sunday, right? And that'd be what? That would be like 5 a.m. PST time to my people that stay out west, you know, like Cali and everything. Shout out to my Bay family for real. But anyways, yeah. But we'll just keep it like surface for right now, because it's good to be surface, just to just keep it like nice and smooth, right? So focus and discipline. So I know you guys heard a bunch of times that it's a difference between motivation and discipline. It is, man. But you don't really want one without the other, man, because if you run just off of discipline alone, then you don't move with the same umph, right? It's almost like showing up to a job that you don't like every day. Now, it takes discipline to do that because you really don't want to be there, but you're doing it anyways. Why? To provide for your family, your kids, young kids, or just to provide for yourself, man, so you're not out homeless, right? But what did I say? The key word in that was one. See, discipline is doing something that you deem necessary, but you don't want to do it necessarily. And the thing about motivation, what makes motivation a special thing, but we don't always want to make it the primary force, is motivation is always something that you want to do. Hey, I just I just watched a guy buy his dream car. Or no, my bad. I just watched a guy. um I got a brain fart, man. My bad. I just watched a guy. Um, I just watched a guy prepare like 20 dinners for Thanksgiving or something like that. Oh, I'm motivated now. I want to do 30 for my family. It's stuff like that, man. So we always want to have a healthy mix because that's going to directly help us with discipline, right? And so, yes, motivation and discipline isn't one in the same. But when we talking about focus and discipline, motivation is still a key factor in that, which we have to like factor in. My fault, guys, if I'm all over the place this morning. It's just that, hey, man, I'm human. Like I said, once again, if y'all want to watch all that pre-recorded, perfect content that people can fake and act like they anything in front of the camera, hey, man, go ahead. Go ahead, man. Be my guest, man. But we real over here, and this is real intellectualism in real time. So you're gonna mess up, you're gonna stumble over your words, you're gonna have brain farts and things of that nature. That's just a part of the game, man. We being real in real time. But anyways, so motivation is still a factor in this, man. So when we can combine the two, because I say it all the time, man, when you're doing something that, let's say, that you deem is necessary to push you further ahead, you have to almost, sometimes you got to psych yourself out, man, to like let motivation get induced into that. And how can you do that? Sometimes, let's say if you wanted to, let's say if you wanted to be, let's say if you want to climb the corporate ladder, right, at one of these Fortune 500 companies. Now, is it your true passion of what you're doing on a day to day? Maybe it's not your true passion, right? But it's still ways that you can make it fun to do something that what you want to do. So sometimes to induce that motivation, you have to watch like sometimes motivational videos, man. And I know some of you guys that came over here, y'all probably tired of that, but no, you probably need to watch, not probably, you need to. Best course of action is you need to do that maybe on a drive to work. Remember I told you in the last live that we have to give ourselves time to think. Yes, you need to give yourself time to think. And the best, and one of the best hacks is when you're making your commute to work. So if it take you like I said, me personally, if I ride around with no music for maybe like over 30 minutes, then I start getting sleepy. So I'm normally able to think between like 20 to 30 minutes on the drive to work or after work for like 20-30 minutes straight, no music. You need to give yourself that time. And then also, let's say if you're driving somewhere for like an hour or something like that, or especially if you work at Amazon, try to squeeze in motivational like audios or videos while you're driving. I'm not trying to promote looking at a video while driving. That's why I'm saying audio, right? To whatever you're doing, man, because we still need to get this spark of motivation along with the discipline. If we can mix these two, then focus and discipline is something that's very achievable, very achievable. And I know I'm not giving you guys all the tips and tricks, man. You got to come to my free school community. My free school community is called Philosopher Paradise. I would drop that after this video is uploaded. And also you can just click my home page on my YouTube channel, and you will see that right there. You can book a free one-on-one with me. We'll get you on there. Or like, once again, you can just follow that page at Philosopher Paradise on School. School is a mobile app, and also School is something that you can just pull up on your web browser. Nice and easy, nice and seamless. It should be no problems whatsoever. And then I have to personally approve it, right? So just know that I'm not just letting any old body in there. If you're coming in there trolling whenever, you will be banished. Yeah, you will be terminated with the swiftness. Anyways, let's get back to the topic at hand. So focus and discipline. We need a touch of motivation. And we hear it all the time. People say the why. What's your why? And I say sometimes what people don't talk about is, and this is what they tell you. They say, what is your why? You have to find what why is. Well, this is how you figure this out, guys. And I can figure it out for you. Some of the times why your why doesn't work is because the why isn't big enough. And what I mean by that is, with the why, your why needs to be a project where it kind of feels like you don't have enough time in the world to accomplish it. Not saying that it'll take you two like lifetimes to accomplish, but how can I say it, man? It's something to where, let's say, once again, the average man lived to be 75 years old. Let's just say that the goals in your life, you like in your head, you like, it's going to bare minimum take me to probably almost 60 years old to probably accomplish what I really want. See, those type of whys, those are big whys. And the reason why that why is so pivotal, important, and imperative is because it's going to give you that sense of urgency. You're inducing urgency into your everyday. And this is why a lot of people, without them telling you this, they have dream boards. They say, get your dream board, right? Because you're dreaming in the near future. And some people do things like they put the dream board right by their beds. When they get up, they remember what they're getting up for, right? So I just want y'all to keep that in account. That comes with focus and discipline, not just having like what's your why. I always tell people having a big why, right? Because if my why is something that I really only got to lock in for 6 months for, it's so obtainable that sometimes that's where the procrastination can kick in. You like, okay, I know if I just lock in for 6 months, I can have exactly what I want. But you know what? Since it's not a lot of time, and it doesn't seem like a big why, it doesn't seem major, then I'm treating it as such. So you're not treating it with the same type of aggression that's going to really push the needle. And that's another thing. I'm probably about to drop another free course over in my free community, Philosopher Paradise, where I actually go over how to set proper goals. Because what happens is you even have to set goals the right way. I know y'all listening like, what? Yes, you have to set goals the right way, because if how can I say it? I want to say you have short-term goals, you have long-term goals. I think you guys heard of that concept before, but what happens a lot of times, I'm gonna make a free course out of this, man. I was thinking about maybe charging for it, because I can have a lot of like insights on this, but I'm thinking about dropping a free course. Anyways, a lot of times when people say, hey, what's your goal in life? That's synonymous with like, what's your why in life, right? And when you talk about long-term goals, sometimes if the long-term goal is the only thing in your mind every day that you wake up is strictly the long-term goal, you're going to get discouraged and you're going to lose focus and discipline. Reason you're going to lose focus and discipline is because a thing about a long-term goal, it seems so far out that you like, dang, I got to do all of this for all of these years before I can obtain that. And that can be discouraging, because you like, man, it's not that instant. It's delayed gratification. It's not instant gratification. You follow me? That's why having short-term goals, daily inputs, the small things lead to the big thing. That's why that is very important, right? It's paramount. That's why you have to have short-term goals. What are the daily inputs that you're putting in on the daily? Because all we need to do is get 1% better. If we look at ourselves like stocks, we got 365 days in a year. Shoot. I used to come from day trading. If you did a day trade that had a 365% return on investment, let's say you put a dollar into a play and you got a 365% return on investment, you just made $365. Ain't that a W? Well, we got to look at ourselves in a year, in a year's time of putting in those small daily doses of inputs. That's going to put us in that position for the long-term output. If we keep doing those things and we doing compound interest, man, we different people. We 365% better in a year if we just get 1% better every day. That's just my whole point with that. You know what I mean? So that goes along with focus and discipline too. Like I said, I want to drop a course for all of you guys, man, going over how to set short-term and long-term goals and the psychology behind that. Because you guys know I study neuroscience, cognitive studies. That's one of my many things. If y'all don't know, I study. Matter of fact, we'll say that for another video when we talk about all about me. but this video is all about you, of course, right? So anyways, let's get back to it. Focus and discipline. So things that we have to keep in mind will be motivation, motivation, short term and long term goals. Short motivation, short term, long term goals. Environment is going to play a huge factor in this. So you guys out there, man, y'all heard it before, man. It's about the people that you're around as well. So if you're around people that all they want to do is, you know, screw off their time and just live life in this, how can I say it, and just idle mode, you know, they just around here just floating, you know, they doing all this asinine things, then you're never going to get nowhere in life. That's why they say birds of a feather flock together. I mean, that's a real thing. That's a real concept, you know. It's like it's like they say, man. You know, they say, you tell me what fish, you show me what fish you got. I'm gonna show you where you fished at, right? So keep that in account. That's why the people that we have relationships with, if that's friendships, if that's significant others, if that's family members, if that's any type of, you know, any people that we keep relationships with, we have to vet them out, man. And then sometimes, you know, you just have to love people from a distance. And this is one of the things that we have to really talk about, man, because that plays into environment. Because with most people in America, what are we? Are we the wealthy? No. Most people in America are the average people. So what happens is you're going to be around, for the most part, average people. And then when you think about something like focus and discipline, does the average person have focus and discipline? No, not at all. That's why you need an accountability partner. That's why you need to get into philosopher paradise, where you get around like-minded individuals that really want to push this focus and discipline and quit procrastinating, right? That's the whole thing. That's the whole point of this. Because, you know, it's the majority, which is the average person, that's outweighing the small few, the select few, that's really about this focus and discipline life. You get what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. Let me see. What else do I want to touch on? I'm busy right now. Excuse me, guys. Guess we can move on to the next thing. What did I have? Let me see. This is funny. Y'all seeing me coming up with ideas in real time. This is kind of cool. I like doing these type of live content. My bad. Let me pull up the chat real quick. See if anybody's in here potentially. Y'all seen? Nope. And that's all fine and dandy by me. My body's in the chat right now. One day it's gonna be thousands of people in this live chat. You know, I already know it's coming. I think it's the rawness what everybody loves. Everybody loves somebody that can just go off the cuff and not perfect. I don't come on here making it seem like I'm perfect. Anyways, what's the next thing that I want to touch on? I know, what was the next? I want to do procrastination and emotional control. Oh yeah, procrastination and emotional control. Like I said, I'm not going to nerd out and give you all the neuroscience stuff on this one.